There's nothing the media loves more than a great big war. So it was Monday morning this week. War! Front pages of the media, front pages of the press. Business revolts. PM faces full-scale IR war. Screams the headline. Page one splashes in both the Nine and the Murdoch media. Then later that day, fancy that, suddenly the war breaks out when a coven of lobby groups, not just one lobby group, but the whole lot of them, all the usual suspects, the BCA, the MCA, the APPEA, it's the Business Council, the Minerals Council of Australia, it's always of Australia, to make it sound like it's all Australian, and APPEA, the gas peak body. These were the chief among them. They sallied forth with their press releases decrying the government's new labour laws, same job, same pay. Essentially laws which just stop large corporations from undercutting their workers with labour hire companies. That's the point of it.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the
large corporations. The only problem is there are no new laws. Not even a half-decent draft law to fight about yet. This is a war on nothing as yet. This is just, in effect, a PR ad campaign framed as a war. But the lobby groups do know the potency of it, because the last time they got rid of a sitting Prime Minister, a sitting Australian Prime Minister, when Kevin Rudd tried to lift the mining tax in 2010, the Minerals Council of Australia, just the one lobby group, very well heeled, launched a $20 million ad campaign showcasing the likes of true blue Aussie miners being afraid of losing their jobs. It rattled the government so much, Rudd was ousted by Julia Gillard, and the proposed mining tax was watered down to less than nothing. In fact, it ended up the miners paid less tax through various depreciation breaks and things like that. So now we have another war. The two major media houses teaming up with all the major lobby groups in a great big scare campaign. They've got a ginormous war chest, these guys, and they're beginning already to roll out their ads online. But it's different because there are more lobby groups and the media is more pliable than even it was before. Looking beyond the veil here, who is fighting this war? We haven't heard from one business person yet, just a bunch of PR people and lobbyists. Let's look at the big three lobby groups. They all end in the letter A for Australia, but really the majority of their funding comes from multinational corporations which are controlled overseas. The BCA, the Business Council of Australia, half of its members are foreign-controlled companies. The BCA, half of its members are foreign companies or the hanger-oners like the PwCs and the other big four advisors and the law firms, the fee people. Then there's the MCA, the Minerals Council of Australia, representing coal and miners and so on. Mostly foreign shareholders, even BHP and Rio, which are Australian companies, are about 80% held by foreign shareholders. And then we've got the biggest, nastiest and most secretive of them all, APPEA, the Australian Petroleum Exploration Association. We're talking here about a front for Shell, BP, Chevron, Exxon, Santos, massive tax dodgers. This powerful and secret oil and gas lobby group don't even publish financial statements. And don't worry, they're raking in dozens of millions of dollars in funding to grease politicians and put out press releases and tell the government how to go about its business. So it's a sign of things to come. Last time with Rudd, it was just one lobby group in a TV campaign. This time, the media is more splintered, social media and so on. There's more scepticism about media, but there's a much bigger war chest. It will be very difficult for Anthony Albanese to enact any meaningful legislation, especially when you have both media houses on board and other media following up their coverage, running PR for not just one powerful lobby group, but for a whole coven of them, an army of lobbyists. It's going to be a big battle, especially as we haven't even seen the law that they're meant to be fighting against yet. You won't hear about it anywhere else, so if you have the ability to support us or just to share the stories, thank you very much. Thanks for your support.
There has to be a better way, because same job, same pay takes your reward for your experience away. Go to findabetterway.com.au. Authorised by T. Constable, Minerals Council of Australia, Canberra.
Mayor Quimby supports revolving door prisons. Mayor Quimby even released Sideshow Bob, a man twice convicted of attempted murder. Can you trust a man like Mayor Quimby? Vote Sideshow Bob for mayor.